Did you know that Canada's timeline for processing your visa or immigration application could change every week, without warning? If you're planning to study, work, or join family in Canada, this matters. Because whether it takes 4 weeks or 8, your life, job, or semester could depend on it. Welcome to Travel Tree, your trusted guide in Canada's ever-shifting immigration landscape. In August 2025, IRCC released a fresh round of processing time updates across almost every category: citizenship, PR cards, family sponsorship, study permits, visitor visas, and more. These numbers are more than metrics, they're your deadlines, opportunities, or potential delays. In our last video on Canada visa processing timeline, we received comments from many African and Asian countries complaining about not mentioning their countries. So in this video, we have tried to cover them and will unpack the August updates in detail, compare them against previous months, highlight the fastest and slowest streams, help you understand regional variations, and give you practical tips to navigate the changes with confidence. This video may be a bit longer due to covering a lot of countries. By the end, you'll know exactly how to time your plans, avoid surprises, and stay one step ahead in the race for approvals. Just be with us and let's start. Citizenship and PR card processing. Citizenship timeline. As of August 6, 2025, IRCC reports that citizenship grant applications are taking around 10 months, unchanged from July. This delay puts many long-waiting applicants on edge. Applications for citizenship certificates now take 5 months, also stable. Meanwhile, renunciations took 5 months on average, and record searches stretched to 14 months. Be prepared, if you're applying, it's a long haul. Tip: apply early, especially if you're tracking your upcoming travel or need proof of citizenship. Stay organized, you'll need patience and complete documentation. PR card processing. Good news here, new PR card applications have accelerated. As of early August, they average 40 days at most, down 5 days from July's 45 days. However, renewals are slower, now taking about 28 days, up 1 day from July's 21 days. Tip: if your PR card is expiring soon and you plan to travel, submit for renewal as early as possible. Delays in mailing or volume spikes could disrupt your plans. Family sponsorship processing. Spousal/common law sponsorship. For applications outside Canada, non-Quebec, waiting time remains around 13 months in August. Inside Canada, that climbs to about 36 months, and if Quebec is involved, expect up to 40 months or more. Parents and grandparents sponsorship. Non-Quebec applications remain for nearly 36 months in August with no change. In Quebec, it remains a staggering 48 months. Why Quebec is different: Quebec swallows more time due to its provincial immigration agreements and shared decision-making. If your sponsor or family is in Quebec, brace for longer waits. Tip: submit sponsorship applications early. If involving Quebec, build a long-term plan. Expect possible delays in approvals and travel planning. Economic class PR. Express entry and economic pathways. Canadian Experience Class, CEC steady at 5 months as of August. Federal Skilled Worker Program, FSWP around 7 months, 1 more than July. PNP, Express Entry approximately 8 months, steady. Non-Express Entry PNP, remains lengthy, around 20 months. Quebec and Complex Programs. Quebec Skilled Worker Stream, about 9 months, unchanged. Startup Visa, roughly 52 months, a minor increase. Self-Employed, remains near 60 months. Atlantic Immigration Program, AIP about 13 months, slightly higher than previous months. Tip: for faster PR, focus on express entry or aligned PNPs. Complex programs demand more preparation and longer waits, plan accordingly. Temporary resident visas. Visitor visas. Outside Canada. India, 31 days, up by 2 days. US, 20 days, no change. Nigeria, 47 days, less 2 days. Pakistan, 43 days, up by 4 days. Philippines, 30 days, less 1 day. Inside Canada, 14 days, consistent with previous. Appointments remain relatively quick, plan beyond other delays. Super Visa. India, 99 days, up by 8 days. US, 102 days, up by 29 days. Nigeria, 61 days, less 2 days. Pakistan, 156 days, less 3 days. Philippines, 91 days, less 8 days. Study permits. Outside Canada. India, 3 weeks, no change. US, 8 weeks, up by 1 day. Nigeria, 5 weeks, no change. Pakistan, 10 weeks, less 1 week. Philippines, 9 weeks, no change. Inside Canada, 11 weeks, stable. Extension. Around 173 days, less 2 days. Work permits. Outside Canada. India, 6 weeks. US, 4 weeks. Nigeria, 8 weeks, less 1 week. Pakistan, 7 weeks, up by 2 days. Philippines, 6 weeks. Inside Canada, 181 days, stable. Other programs. SAWP, 38 days, less 5 days. IEC, 5 weeks, stable. ETA, 5 minutes. Tip: visa applicants should track weekly updates and aim to submit early. Extension timelines are especially long, start renewal long before the expiry. Trends, insights and planning strategies. Key trends. More time for citizenship, family sponsorship, and complex PR programs. Some queues moving faster, like visitor visas, PR cards. Quebec delays remain problematic. Inside Canada applications, extensions, work permits, are increasingly slow. Planning tips. Track official timelines weekly/monthly. IRCC updates citizen and economic PR timelines monthly, PR cards and TRVs weekly. Plan around known delays. For family, Quebec is slower, use express entry to minimize wait. For super visas, plan months ahead. Prevent application gaps. Especially for students and workers, keep status active during long processing times with timely renewals. Use new tools. IRCC's real-time estimates help minimize surprises, use them to track your next steps. Prepare extra documentation. Completeness matters, especially when timelines stretch and scrutiny increases. Stay calm and informed. Long waits can be stressful. Join support groups, track your application, and update your status regularly. Now, in one of our recent videos, we covered the updated Canada visa processing times for countries like India, Nigeria, Pakistan, and the Philippines. But we've been getting a lot of questions in the comments, especially from folks in other parts of Asia and Africa, asking, what about our countries? So in today's update, we're zooming in on just that. The latest IRCC processing timelines for countries like Bangladesh, Kenya, South Africa, Vietnam, and a few others, as of August 2025. Let's break it all down. Visitor visas, outside Canada. Let's start with visitor visas. If you're applying from South Africa, the average processing time is now sitting around 89 days. But hold on, some applicants have reported waiting up to 315 days, so there's definitely a range here. It's a good idea to plan early and prepare for possible delays. For Bangladesh, we don't have official numbers from IRCC right now. But based on past data, you can expect somewhere between 30 to 40 days, that's a good working estimate. If you're in Kenya, you're also included in IRCC's official tool, but again, there's no specific number published. However, similar countries are seeing timelines of about 30 to 50 days, so that gives us a ballpark. And for Vietnam, while exact figures aren't listed, we're seeing estimates in the 30 to 40-day range too, based on other regional trends. So, long story short, most visitor visas right now are taking about 1 to 3 months, depending on your country and how busy your local processing office is. Super visa, for parents and grandparents. Now let's talk about the super visa, which is especially popular among families. Unfortunately, IRCC hasn't released detailed, country-specific updates for every nation just yet. But here's what we can tell you based on current trends. For South Africa, super visa applications are likely taking anywhere between 90 to 180 days. And for much of Asia, we're talking about countries like Bangladesh, Vietnam, Malaysia, and similar regions, you're probably looking at about 80 to 120 days. Again, these are estimates, but it gives you a better idea of what to expect. Study permits, outside Canada. Let's move on to study permits, because we know a lot of students are watching. If you're applying from Bangladesh, Vietnam, or Kenya, you'll see these countries listed in the IRCC tool, but again, exact numbers aren't always shown. However, based on patterns we've been tracking, most study permits from these regions are taking anywhere between 4 to 10 weeks. That's roughly 1 to 2.5 months. So if you've got school starting this fall, apply as soon as possible to avoid delays. Work permits, outside Canada. And finally, for those applying for work permits, here's what we're seeing. Bangladesh, Vietnam, Kenya, South Africa, all of these countries are being processed, but again, IRCC doesn't provide detailed country-by-country timelines for work permits. That said, our research and reports from applicants suggest that 5 to 12 weeks is a pretty accurate estimate right now. So if you're looking to start a job in Canada soon, give yourself at least 2 to 3 months before your intended start date, just to be safe. Conclusion. Canada's immigration system is known for fairness but also for its complexity, and in 2025, that complexity is stretching timelines across categories. From 10-month citizenship waits to nearly 2-year working permit extensions, knowing where you stand is more essential than ever. At Travel Tree, we're here to help you navigate these shifting timelines, build confidence in your application strategy, and reduce uncertainty in your immigration journey. If this video gave you clarity, please hit like, subscribe Travel Tree, and share it with someone needing the latest IRCC update. Drop a comment, what timeline surprised you the most? We value your story. Thanks for trusting Travel Tree, your roadmap to Canada, clearer than ever.